Hey guys, how are you? Another literature break for you today, and I'm going to stick with the nonfiction theme for a minute. This is Uncommon Friends, and this is a really interesting book because it is a remembrance about the relationships between Thomas Edison, Henry Ford, Harvey Firestone, Alexis Carrel, and Charles Lindbergh. So it's pretty cool that those guys were all friends, and I think especially thinking about the outliers, we get a sense that there are people who operate in a vacuum or people who are beyond other people, but I think excellence really occurs where you feel like you have an acceptable peer group of people who are all pursuing their interests and dreams. So I think it's really important to counterbalance that outliers message with community, a sense of community. So anyway, it is 10 o'clock on the night of October 21st, 1931. The lights are going out all over New York in tribute to the man who lit up the city and much of the world. President Herbert Hoover has asked that lights be dimmed in homes, in businesses, on city streets for a couple of minutes to mark the passing of Thomas Edison. Henry Ford, Harvey Firestone, and I stand in silence at a bay window of the Firestone apartment at the old Ritz-Carlton Hotel, looking up Madison Avenue. In one area after another across Manhattan, the Bronx, and beyond, the darkness is spreading. Streetlights go out. The glitter of Broadway's theaters is dimmed. Out in the harbor, even the Statue of Liberty's torch is extinguished. From coast to coast, this pattern is repeated. My mind is filled with memories as I stand in the darkness, and so no doubt are the minds of my companions. Henry Ford's thoughts flash back perhaps to a luncheon 35 years earlier, not far from where we stand, when a rumpled, burly, electrical genius inspired him with the confidence that his great dream of a gasoline-powered automobile for the common man would come true. Harvey Firestone may be recalling those fabulous camping trips begun 15 years before, when time stood still in the company of one who was not only a brilliant thinker and doer, but also a carefree spirit. To all three of us, Thomas Edison was the most generous and inspiring friend any of us had known. I can thank Edison Park for the start of my friendship with him and his wife, Mina. They had spent some 40 winters in Fort Myers, Florida, and in 1924, when I arrived in town, he had completed many of his inventions in his laboratory there. He was already a world-famous figure. Across from their home on McGregor Boulevard was a property of raw land, which I was able to acquire for development. With the aid of friends, I formed a company and became its president. I was only 20, and so my dad, a physician, testified in court to my legal responsibility. He also became vice president. The Florida real estate boom of the 1920s was at its height, and I was determined to make the most of it. So, we need some innovation in this country, so hopefully if you need some inspiration for giving your ideas a little bit of fruition, try looking at Uncommon Friends by James Newton. Take care.